I love the idea of better, more, and new. So I first heard about this thing from Alex Hormozi. I think some of you are listening. Maybe you ever listened to the Alex podcast, or maybe you watch the Alex Hormozi's YouTube channel, and you get lots of golden nuggets from his sharing. I like about him, the content that he shared to the social media, and I learned a lot from him, from the content themselves. And one of the most profound message that Alex Hormozi is sending to the viewers or the audience is this, regarding the better, more, and new. What I mean by that. And by the way, that is how I got the podcast name from, better and new. Then by now you know where it is coming from. It is coming from the idea shared by Alex. And I believe Alex got it from his teacher, or his mentor, or his book that he read. But this is applicable for most of us. Better, more, new. In today's short podcast episode, I just want to touch a little bit more about the better part, because I think we lose sight of this one thing again and again. Because most people, they are more interested in talking about the shiny object. They are more interested in talking about all the new object, all the new things. But most of us lose sight of the existing things that already show the expected result, give us the achievement, and we just let it go. We are not sustainably and maintaining the momentum, keep it going. We just leave it as is. So the thing won't grow. So that is what I'm going to talk about today. Maybe we can take a step back. Maybe we can pause now for a moment. Just assess and scan whatever we have achieved thus far. Me personally, I am so grateful who I am today, what I have achieved so far, and I believe in myself that I can achieve more than this. It's going to take some time. It's going to take 5 years. It's going to take another 10 years. But as long as I am still in the game, I'm still grinding. I have a very clear outcome, a very clear target, a goal. I just grind. I just grind every day. And not simply grinding. I'm actually improving by the day, or by the week, by the month. Try to improve every single aspect of my life. For example, very recently, for the past maybe few months ago, I just get started with my productivity journey. And during this journey, I think 6 months passed already. I've achieved quite a lot. I just want to share with you the story, the journey. So I break it down into a few areas. Most obviously, I split it into two major groups. One is personal, one is work-related. For work-related things, the most obvious common issue that I face day in, day out is I get exhausted, I get overwhelmed with too much information that coming to me on a daily basis. So in order for me to fix that, or maybe the way I can improve that, is by removing unwanted things from my life. So in this context, I just removed everything that I no longer wanted. I used to use that. I used to see them all as very important, but no longer is. So I just remove them totally, physically or virtually. Physically, for every file or folder that I no longer use, I just toss them all into the rubbish bin. Same goes to virtual things like the file and folder I have in my corporate laptop, my work computer. Just go in there and just remove them one by one or in batches. In my local computer or over the cloud. I do it all 5 stages. Yes, of course, this is very tedious process. It does take a very long time. It took me months just to complete the whole process cycle. But for me, it's really worth it. It's really the outcome is very obvious. Today, when I log in into my corporate laptop, I can see less data because all the unnecessary data, the file folder, whatnot, I already throw them away into the rubbish bin. So I never see them ever again. So the only thing left right next after that is the only important necessary thing that I have to work on. I can see them in my local computer and so does in the cloud. So enterprise level, we also have our cloud storage. So when I log in there, I can see less data. I feel more energetic, I feel more motivated because I have a handful of data that I have to work on. As compared to, I used to have zillions of data. Mixture of the important thing and the not important thing. The still used thing and also the no longer wanted ones. Really messed up. But that was yesterday. Today, everything sorted out, well arranged, in order, so I can think clearly, I can work faster, I can work more quicker, more productively, with less data. Same goes to my personal side. I have my own smartphone, and I believe for those of you who is listening now, you also have your own smartphone. And inside our phone, we have lots of mobile applications. All I did back then was I had to reassess my list of application, existing one. I have to split them into two. The one that I still use and the one that I no longer use. I just discarded them all, the no longer used ones. I just uninstalled them all together. So maybe instead of me seeing like 50 plus total number of applications inside my mobile phone, now I can only see half of them. 25 each of them now that I really want, that I use day in, day out, daily. Things like the utility related application, related to the online banking, related to the marketplace. It's some that I regularly use. Those are some mobile applications that still maintain till this day, that remain in my smartphone, but the rest I just toss them away. I don't need them anymore. If I ever need them in the future, then the only logical thing that I have to do is to just install them use them for temporary, and then again install them for good. Okay. Same things apply to my personal computer. I have my personal computer at home, inside my home office. So I use it regularly to produce content, to do the video editing, audio editing, everything in between, content creation. Same applies here. I just do the cleanup. I open the disk cleanup utility, and then scan, and then remove everything inside the rubbish bin. And I just do a reassessment again. See, scan file and folder, so that I am very clear which one that I am still using and which one that I no longer using. I discarded the no longer ones, no longer using ones to the rubbish bin. So I have a clean desktop, really clean one. I have less data. Same goes to my personal cloud storage. I do the same thing. I just go over every file, every folder, and then my only focus at that time was to remove the unwanted file and folder, so they won't appear ever again in my sight. I won't see them ever again. I just throw them away. And to be honest, today, at the moment, I do feel really satisfied with everything that I've done so far. And I would recommend the same to you. If you want to improve your productivity, and you girls can start with removing the unwanted things, as simple as that. And then, once we have done that, the next best thing that we can do is to rearrange the file and folder, make sure they are properly labeled, properly documented, properly folded. Make sure everything is within your reach. Everything is properly labeled, so whenever we want the file or folder, we can quickly reach out to them without wasting any more time finding them. I think that's about it. I just provide some real good example of my personal life, how I better myself, how I get better in my life in the aspect of, or in the context of productivity. So I hope that this very short episode is very helpful to you. If it does, please do apply whatever applicable for you. And also, I would like you to share with your friends, share with your colleagues, your family members, so that they also can benefit from this episode. Thank you very much for listening. See you in my next podcast episode. Bye bye.